Hi, I'm Sue from Garden Moxie. Welcome to my garden. Have you ever wondered how the world's most beautiful gardens could inspire your own backyard? I'm excited to share some incredible lessons that I've learned from visiting some of the most famous and beautiful gardens in England. Join me today as we explore these stunning spaces and discover how these timeless design principles can be applied to our own gardens in our own backyards. Over the past few years, I've had the amazing opportunity of visiting some beautiful English gardens, and two of the gardens that made the biggest impression were Sissinghurst Castle Garden and Gravetye Manor. Visiting these two gardens wasn't just awe-inspiring, it was incredibly educational. Both of these gardens taught me something unique, some little design concept that I thought I could apply to my own space. I used to think that visiting these big, famous English gardens really couldn't help you design your own suburban garden, but that just isn't true at all. The gardeners that designed Sissinghurst Castle and Gravetye Manor have something to teach us that we can apply to our own space that can help us create our own stress-free haven, right in our own backyards. Today we're going to explore the concept of garden rooms and limited color palettes, like you see at Sissinghurst Castle, and how you can use these ideas to create distinct themed areas in your own garden. From Gravetye Manor, I'll share the philosophy of following your passion in gardening and creating a wild garden that thrives naturally with a lot less maintenance. By looking at these famous English gardens, we can find practical, beautiful ideas that are easy to implement in our own homes. Whether you're an experienced gardener or you're just starting out, there's something here for everyone. So let's dive in and discover how we can all create our own garden escapes filled with beauty and tranquility. Welcome to the enchanting world of Sissinghurst Castle Garden. This is a garden that has profoundly influenced my own gardening journey. The garden was created by Vita Sackville West and her husband, Harold Nicholson. Sissinghurst is famed for its innovative concept of garden rooms. Each room is a distinct space with its own unique character, separated by hedges and walls. This clever design allows for different themes and styles to coexist harmoniously, offering visitors a series of incredible surprises as you explore the garden. And one of the most famous rooms at Sissinghurst is the White Garden. This space is dedicated entirely to plants with white flowers and silver foliage. It's a serene, cohesive environment. It feels elegant and calming. And the limited color palette brings a sense of unity and focus. And it just shows you how powerful and striking a monochromatic planting can actually be. It is a great example of how restraint and color choice can create a truly magical garden. When I was walking through Sissinghurst, I was inspired how each garden room felt like a world all unto itself, and it was part of a huge garden. And these ideas of a garden room were so helpful because you could envision how each room could be a space that could fit inside a normal American suburban garden. And this approach to garden design can be a great way to bring variety and interest to your own garden. Another lesson from Sissinghurst is the importance of pathways. The carefully designed walkways guide you through the garden, ensuring that each room is revealed in a way that feels natural and intentional. This thoughtful layout enhances a sense of journey and discovery as you go through the garden. It just makes you want to keep walking through to discover what's next, what's right around the corner. The attention to detail at Sissinghurst extends well beyond plant selection and layout. The choice of materials for the paths and the structures, the use of climbing plants to soften walls, the placement of garden ornaments, all of these things help to contribute to the overall ambience of the garden. And these elements show how a garden's hardscaping can complement and enhance its plantings, adding layers of interest and beauty. Visiting Sissinghurst Castle Garden was a transformative experience for me. This is where I really latched onto the idea that a garden at home could be something magical. It's a place that combines beautifully structure and creativity, and it demonstrates how a well-planned garden can be both orderly and magical. By incorporating the concept of garden rooms in a limited color palette, we can create a garden that offers a series of delightful experiences too, each space telling its own story while contributing to the harmony of the overall garden design. Another English garden that I've visited that was so inspiring was Gravetye Manor. Gravetye Manor was the incredible creation of William Robinson, and it's a place that truly resonates with everything I love about gardening. Robinson's approach to gardening was revolutionary for its time. He moved away from the rigid, formal bedding schemes that were implemented in the Victorian times, and he embraced a more naturalistic style of gardening. And he called this wild gardening. The philosophy of wild gardening doesn't mean having a garden that looks crazy. It's a philosophy that emphasizes planting the right plants in the right places and letting them thrive with minimal intervention. It is a more natural and manageable gardening style. At Gravetye Manor, Robinson's passion for natural beauty is evident everywhere you look. And the gardeners that are responsible for the property today still keep it in the same spirit. The flower garden is the perfect example, showcasing a stunning array of bright colors and beautiful flowers. One of Robinson's key principles was to create gardens that reflected the gardener's own tastes and passions. This idea has deeply influenced my own gardening style. At Gravetye, the garden feels like an extension of Robinson's personality. It's filled with plants and the features that he loved most. This personal touch makes the garden feel intimate and unique. In our own gardens, embracing what we love rather than following trends can lead to a much more authentic space that really reflects our personalities. Another hallmark of Gravetye Manor is the integration of trees and natural hedgerows. Robinson was a champion for these elements, recognizing their importance to providing structure, habitat, and beauty. The trees at Gravetye Manor are thoughtfully placed and enhance the landscape, creating a sense of depth and scale. The natural hedgerows, with their varied plant species, offer shelter for wildlife and contribute to the garden's wild aesthetic. These elements remind us to think beyond just flowers and consider some of the larger components that shape our gardens. And the concept of the wild garden is also about practicality. By selecting plants that are well suited for their environment, Robinson created a garden that required less maintenance and intervention. This approach is not only sustainable, but also liberating for the gardener. It allows us to enjoy our gardens more and worry less about the constant upkeep. At Gravetye, the balance between beauty and practicality is perfectly struck, showing us that a little bit of planning can lead to an incredible garden design. Visiting Gravetye Manor totally reinforced my belief in the importance of following your own passion in gardening. Robinson's legacy is a testament to the joy and fulfillment that comes from creating a garden that truly reflects who you are. By embracing the principles of wild gardening and incorporating elements like trees and hedges, we can create spaces that are not only beautiful and sustainable, but also deeply personal and meaningful. In our own gardens, embracing what we love rather than following trends can lead to a much more authentic space that really reflects our personalities. I'd love to hear how you feel about these design ideas from Sissinghurst Castle Garden and Gravetye Manor. Well, that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.
Anywhere, feel like